Assalamu alaikum children. We are continuing with the same chapter today also, phrases and clauses, right? So I explained to you what is subject and predicate, right? And I told you all what is a phrase, right? What is the main important point of a phrase? That is, a phrase will not have a subject at any point, right? Does not have a subject. And I gave you some more examples, right? Like here you can see there are about three examples, right? So here these are some examples, right? There are three examples here. Like if you all read, you all can clearly identify from in a sentence when we underline the phrase, that phrase we can underline phrases because like two three phrases only makes a sentence. So a phrase does not have a subject. That one I have clearly proven in these examples, right? You can read them and understand again. So now let's go and see what are the types of phrases. We are going to talk about five types of phrases, right? In this, you have in your Grammarland textbook, you have a separate chapter for noun phrase, adverb phrase, and prepositional phrase, right? While adjective phrase and verb phrase, right? Um, I think you have that in the phrases and clauses chapter itself. Introduction about those phrases, a small introduction and a small definition they have given. So first of all, let's move on to the noun phrase. Noun phrase means, children, of course it doesn't have a subject because it's a phrase, and noun phrases does the work of a noun. Now let's take what is a noun if I ask, right? You will say it's a naming word like a person, animal, things, right? All those are naming words like nouns. So in a noun phrase, right, there won't be a subject obviously because it's a phrase. And the other thing is, a noun phrase will compulsorily have a noun. You can see in this picture, it will compulsorily have a noun, a group of words headed by a noun, plus it has a noun in that, and also modifiers. Modifiers mean, the modifiers mean here the words which give more meaning or information about that particular noun. That is what you call modifiers. More information or more meaning to that particular phrase or the noun. That is what you call modifiers, giving more meaning or more information, right? So here modifiers can be a preposition, a article means the, an, right? And it can be any other adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, right? Like that, it can be any, right? The modifiers. So see the examples, you all will understand through the examples. There are three noun phrases given, right? The man, a girl, the doggy in the window, right? This first sorry this first example, right? The man, in this example, man is the noun in this phrase, right? First phrase. The is a modifier, it's an article, it's a modifier of the phrase. Similarly, a girl, a is a modifier, girl is the noun. The doggy in the window, the modifier, it's article, and in the window, that's another modifier. Doggy is a main noun, it's a dog, okay? Doggy, it's a dog. So a noun phrase compulsorily will have a noun. That's important, right? A noun. So here these examples are given. These examples are a bit complicated, children, right? You all won't understand this much. I just gave you all this to get an idea. Here in these sentences or phrases, the word, like, the nouns are circled, right? So first of all, you need to understand, if you all need to identify a noun phrase in a sentence, you all first need to identify the main noun, right? Now for example, let's take I'll say a sentence. It limped down the lane. See the first sentence I'm here showing in the screen. It limped down the lane. Okay, I am, instead of using the old gray mare, I'm using it, right? So here noun phrases, it does the work of a noun and gives particularly what sort of animal you're talking about. It means we usually refer it to an animal. So instead of we replace that with a noun phrase, we replace that it with a noun phrase. Right? What sort of an animal are we talking about? So here, if they give you all to underline the noun phrase, first you have to I'll draw it and show on the screen. First, you have to identify the noun. That is mea. Mea is a noun, right? So now, usually in most of the noun phrases, verbs won't be there. Most of the noun phrases, verbs won't act as modifiers. Okay, remember that. In most of the noun phrases, verbs won't act as modifiers. So in the first one, the old grey mare, that is the noun phrase, and mea is the noun, right? We can't underline limped, because if we underline the word limped, right, suppose I underline the word limped also, so the phrase will be like the old grey mare limped. So if the verb is also included with the noun, it makes not a phrase. It is not a phrase because you can there's a subject, right? If you put the verb there, there's a subject, so you don't underline the word limped, right? The verb. Second one, the verb is, sorry, first you identify the noun. In the second one, the noun is plain, right? And soared, soard, is the verb. So we don't include the verb usually in a noun phrase. So this, the silver winged plane, that is the noun phrase with the noun. Similarly, third one, Johnny's baby sister. Fourth one, the first three girls. So here girls is the noun, right? And here sister, Johnny's baby sister is the noun, right? That is the noun. Here in the fifth one, 14 good pilots is a noun phrase. Pilots is a noun. Okay, I'm circling the noun. Sixth one, the chairman of the meeting. So for you all to make it easier, first try to identify the noun in the sentence, the main noun. Okay. So here the chairman is a noun. After that you underline the noun phrase, right? Seventh one, motorcycles, that is the noun, right? So the chrome plated motorcycles is the noun phrase. Pioneers is a noun in eighth one. So the pioneers in our family, okay? The pioneers in our family is the noun phrase. Similarly, in the ninth one, right? Bones is the noun. So the dog's buried bones, that is the noun phrase. You instead of giving by pronouns, you replace the pronoun with a noun phrase. That's where you use the noun phrase. Okay, most noun phrases are used to replace a pronoun or a simple noun, right? Let's take, I can say the bones rotted in the ground, right? So in order to give it more information and talk about what sort of a bones are they talking about, only you replace it with a noun phrase, right? The dog's buried bones, right? She cried for hours, so you replace the pronoun there with a noun phrase. Johnny's baby sister cried for hours, right? Pilots died in the war, so you replace that noun with a noun phrase. 14 good pilots, right? It soared, so you replace the pronoun it with the noun phrase. Silver winged plane, right? So that's all about noun phrases. We'll be continuing to see, we'll be continuing to talk about the types of phrases on the next lesson, okay?